I'm done with LinkedIn's Easy Apply. Kinda.
And the reason why I'm done is because it's no longer useful. It used to be, once upon a time. In this video, I want to examine why this feature fell from grace and how you can work around this feature to get noticed in the job market and get the job that you want.
And I didn't tell you guys at the beginning of the video, but I'm also using this as an excuse to go water shopping. By the way, guys, something tells me that I'm going to be sweating a lot in this video, so if you can, please make sure to like and subscribe to support your boy.
Let's first examine why it is that this feature sucks. Back in, let's say, 2020, 2021, when I was originally in the job market, this Easy Apply feature was honestly super handy because effectively what it allowed you to do is to have just one really good resume. And then on LinkedIn, when you would be job hunting, you could use this one resume to apply for multiple jobs in a very short period of time. Okay, so typically that means that you could get out somewhere, if I remember correctly, it was about like 15 applications that you could send in a matter of 30 minutes. And the reason why this was so useful is because the traditional way of sending out applications was typically that you would go to each individual job posting, usually on a company's website, and then when you would do that, you would submit a manual application, effectively filling in the fields yourself, copying over the information from your resume onto the actual job application site. And that was a very time-consuming process. If you guys involve yourselves with that process right now, you'll know that it would actually take you the same time that you sent those 15 applications to effectively just send one, right? So the feature was super useful when it was just humans applying. And there was also a more favorable market for developers because essentially the demand was there. The demand for employees was there. The demand for technologists, for software developers was there. So you didn't really have to try that hard effectively to send out these job applications, and Easy Apply enables you to send out applications at the touch of a button. So the combination was good. High market demand, one resume, one really nice Easy Apply feature on LinkedIn, and boom, you could send out 15 resumes in 30 minutes. But pretty much all that has changed. And I could think of a couple reasons why I believe that is the case. For one, the market dynamic is just completely different now. Instead of maybe even a couple years ago, where the demand for, let's say, for example, a software developer was super high, now, in contrast, the market's kind of flipped. Just in this example, now there is a saturation of developers and less job opportunities. Therefore, what ends up happening with a feature like Easy Apply is that since there are generally just more candidates in the market as a whole, then what's going to happen is that all those applicants are effectively going to be using the feature. Whereas to before, because a large swath of the tech industry was employed, you would have less applicants generally out in the market. Therefore, not many people were using the feature, mainly because there wasn't that many people. But now that there is so many people, or so much people, a lot of people, what is going to happen, or what is happening, is that they're taking advantage of the feature. Not because there's anything, I think, inherently nefarious, but that it's there. And if it's there, then they're going to use the feature. Thus, that is one of the reasons why you get these job applications that have been open for what seemingly just like a couple hours, and they already have, hundreds of applicants that have applied. And really, it's not that they went through the process of manually applying, submitting their resume, maybe submitting a cover letter. Sometimes they do, but a lot of times it's just because they clicked the button.
All right, y'all, we just came from here. And now we are going to continue on our mission to get this water and get you guys this great information. The second reason why I think that this easy apply feature has been or how should I say this? The second reason why I think it's not useful is because I believe, and I can't really prove this, but I'm going to take a stab in the dark here, that either they're AI bots or regular bots, but a bunch of candidates have essentially co-opted some form of bot to be automatically sending out resumes anytime a job post with an easy apply feature ends up on the site. This is why you typically see, or this is why I think you typically see these scenarios where a job post has just been up for, maybe a handful of hours, and it already has thousands and thousands of applicants. And this could be, I don't know, it could go two ways. It could be that there really is just that much eagerness in the job market, and the disemployment is really that bad, which, if you've seen any of my prior videos, I don't really trust the job market reports. Or it could actually be that these people are running these bots, and those bots are effectively just auto-applying anytime, like I said, that easy apply feature goes up, or a post with the easy apply feature goes up. So either way, if you are out there and you set up a bot, just know that, look, I'm just going to speak frankly, you're really messing it up for everyone. Like, I don't know, like, I think that saturation of the saturation of applications through that feature, especially if it's being done with AI or bots, has pretty much ruined it for everyone. And I don't really think once an application reaches, or once a job post reaches 1,000 and something applicants, like, the likelihood of you getting spotted in that thick of a forest is just so freaking unlikely, man. That's the market. That is the job market. That is the way that it is currently shaping out. And now what I want to focus on in this next part of the video is how is it that you can work around this the lack of utility from this easy apply feature and get noticed out there, and ideally land the job that you seek.
Okay. All right. I'm starting to wonder if getting this water was really worth it. Well, it was. Because it's for you guys.
In order to get around the bonkers easy apply feature, what I would recommend is that instead of just applying through easy apply, isolate your applications to the job posts that don't have the easy apply feature. Yes, this means often that you will have to be redirected to a job site or a company's website, and you have to apply on their site. It will take more time, but typically because the barrier entry, just because of the workload on these applications is there, you're going to have naturally less applicants. And you can kind of verify this if you get the LinkedIn Premium feature. I'm not recommending that you do or you don't. This is just where you can see these numbers. where if you look at the applications that have easy apply, the number of applicants for those applications is just crazy. If you look at the applications that do not have easy apply, you'll notice that their numbers for applicants are much lower. Now, it could also be that when a candidate goes and applies for these jobs that don't have easy apply, they don't indicate to LinkedIn that they've applied there. But my guess is that in general, those numbers do show a difference between how easy it is to do a one-click apply versus actually going onto that site and applying yourself. The order of magnitude of sophistication for the bots that would have to be created in order to be able to get through the systems that some of these job sites or some of these career sites have, or excuse me, some of these job sites or company sites have for these job applications, it would be pretty sophisticated. So my guess is that that level of sophistication is high enough that only humans are generally applying to those opportunities. So again, it's gonna take you longer, but the likelihood that there's a smaller competitive pool of candidates, or that there's a smaller pool of candidates is there. So you're more likely to stand out. The only difference is that it's just going to take longer. You know, it's going to take longer to submit a single application. Just to give you guys a comparison, back when I used to just use Easy Apply, I could get out, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, 15 applications in like 30 minutes. Now it takes me like pretty much like 2 hours to get out 5 applications. And this is because I'm actually trying. You know, I'm looking at the job post, I'm keyword matching, so I'm taking a look at the type of candidate that they want, and I'm making sure that my resume best reflects that, and that I have a cover letter that also reflects that. And there's a lot more detail that in terms of what we could talk about, like what your resume should have and what and what kind of job hunting assets you should have, stuff like your portfolio, what kind of projects. But I think that stuff is pretty much for another video. Insofar as the Easy Apply feature, what I recommend is make sure to focus your efforts on applying to the jobs that don't have Easy Apply, what I like to call the long form applications, because you have to go, you fill in everything manually, and those will generally give you a better shot at getting hired, or at the very least getting an interview or someone reaching out to you, simply because the numbers, I would argue, are more in your favor. And yeah, so ideally that is helpful to you, and ideally you're able to stand out more in the job market. One little side note here, I wanted to mention that I don't now not ever use Easy Apply. Probably one of the more measured ways that you can look at this is that the feature is still there. You can shoot out applications through it, but the numbers are against you. You know, what I recommend is to take that for what it is, and accordingly, if you're going to use the feature, have certain expectations with it, and then, you know, maybe if you're in a time crunch, you need to send out some applications, maybe that's a good use case for the feature, but just know, you know, that the numbers in that situation are not as favorable, for sure.
Hey, we made it.
I never said it was just going to be still water. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one.
Is a stinking dirty rug.